Chapter 1. The Discovery. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there stood an old, abandoned villa. The villa was surrounded by a tall, rusty gate that creaked in the wind. Its windows were covered with thick, wooden boards, and the garden was overgrown with tall weeds and wildflowers. Nobody in the village dared to go near the villa, for they said it was haunted by ghosts. But one sunny afternoon, a brave and curious young girl named Lily decided to explore the old villa. With her loyal dog, Max, by her side, she ventured closer to the villa's gate. The sun was shining brightly, and the birds were singing in the trees. Lily's heart pounded with excitement as she pushed open the creaky gate and stepped into the overgrown garden. She took a deep breath, inhaling the sweet scent of wildflowers, and felt a thrill of adventure coursing through her veins. As she walked along the overgrown path, she noticed something shiny glinting in the sunlight. She bent down and picked it up, revealing a small, tarnished key. Lily's eyes widened with excitement as she examined the key. What could it unlock? She wondered. With trembling hands, Lily approached the front door of the villa. The door was tall and imposing, with peeling paint and a rusty doorknob. She hesitated for a moment, then inserted the key into the lock and turned it slowly. To her surprise, the key fit perfectly, and with a loud creak, the door swung open, revealing the dark interior of the villa. Lily's heart raced with excitement as she stepped inside, her eyes wide with wonder. The inside of the villa was dim and musty, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and dust covering the furniture. But despite its eerie appearance, Lily felt a sense of adventure stirring inside her. "Come on, Max," she whispered to her dog, who wagged his tail eagerly. "Let's see what secrets this old villa holds." Together, Lily and Max explored room after room, each filled with dusty furniture and faded wallpaper. They climbed creaky staircases and peeked into dark corners, searching for hidden treasures. But as they reached the top floor, they discovered a door that was firmly locked. Lily's eyes widened with curiosity as she approached the door. Could this be the key to unlocking the villa's secrets? With a determined look, Lily rummaged through her pockets and found the key she had discovered earlier. With a shaky hand, she inserted it into the lock and turned it slowly. But as Lily reached out to touch doorknob, she heard a noise behind her. Whirling around, she saw a shadowy figure lurking in the corner of the room. Chapter 2. The Mysterious Room. Lily's heart raced with excitement as she stared into the shadowy corner of the room. Who could be lurking there? With Max by her side, she took a step closer, her eyes scanning the darkness for any movement. "Who's there?" Lily called out, her voice trembling slightly. There was a moment of silence, broken only by the sound of her own heartbeat pounding in her ears. Then, slowly, the figure emerged from the shadows, revealing itself to be an old man with a kind face and gentle eyes. "Hello, young adventurers," the old man said, his voice soft and comforting. "I am Samuel, the guardian of this treasure." Lily's eyes widened in surprise. She had not expected to find anyone else in the abandoned villa, let alone someone as kind-looking as Samuel. "What are you doing here?" Lily asked, her curiosity getting the better of her. Samuel smiled warmly. "I have been watching over this treasure for many years, waiting for someone worthy to discover it." Lily felt a thrill of excitement at Samuel's words. Could it be that she was the one he had been waiting for all this time? But why hide the treasure away in this old villa? Lily asked, her brow furrowing with confusion. Samuel's smile faded slightly as he looked around the room, his eyes clouded with memories. Once, long ago, this villa belonged to a wealthy family. But when they fell on hard times, they were forced to leave everything behind, including their most precious possessions. Lily listened intently as Samuel continued his tale, his voice filled with sadness. "I promised to protect their treasure until the day someone worthy came along to claim it, and now it seems that day has finally arrived." Lily's heart swelled with pride at Samuel's words. Could it be that she was the one worthy of claiming the treasure? She couldn't help but feel a sense of responsibility weighing heavily on her shoulders. But before she could ponder the matter further, her attention was drawn to a door at the far end of the room. It was slightly ajar, revealing a sliver of darkness beyond. "What's behind that door?" Lily asked, pointing towards it with a trembling finger. Samuel's eyes twinkled with mischief as he replied, "Ah, that, my dear, is a mystery waiting to be solved. But be warned, not everything is as it seems in this old villa." With a sense of excitement coursing through her veins, Lily turned to Max. "Come on, Max," she said, her voice filled with determination. "Let's find out what secrets this villa holds." Together, Lily and Max approached the mysterious door, their hearts pounding with anticipation. With a deep breath, Lily pushed it open, revealing a darkened room beyond. The room was filled with shadows, the air thick with dust. Lily hesitated for a moment, her hand trembling as she reached for the light switch. With a flick, she illuminated the room, revealing a sight that took her breath away. The walls were lined with shelves, upon which sat rows of dusty books and ancient artifacts. In the center of the room stood a large, ornate chest, its lid closed tight. Lily's heart raced with excitement as she approached the chest, her fingers trembling as she reached out to touch it. Chapter 3. The Reveal. With a sense of relief, Lily and Samuel continued their exploration of the villa, their hearts filled with determination. They knew that they were on the verge of uncovering something truly extraordinary, and they wouldn't let anything stand in their way. As they made their way through the dusty corridors and abandoned rooms, Lily's mind raced with thoughts of the treasure hidden within the villa. What could it be? And why had it been hidden away for so long? "We're getting close," Samuel said, his voice filled with excitement as they reached the top floor of the villa. "I can feel it." Lily nodded in agreement, her heart pounding with anticipation. She could sense that they were on the verge of discovering something incredible, and she couldn't wait to uncover the truth. But as they approached the final door at the end of the hallway, Lily's excitement turned to apprehension. What could be waiting for them on the other side, and what dangers lay in wait? With a deep breath, Lily pushed open the door, revealing a room bathed in golden light. Her eyes widened in amazement as she stepped inside, her breath catching in her throat at the sight before her. The room was filled with treasures, glittering jewels, sparkling coins, and ancient artifacts lined the shelves and adorned the tables. It was like stepping into a fairy tale. Lily's heart raced with excitement as she surveyed the treasures before her. She had never seen anything like it before, and she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the sight. Samuel smiled warmly. "As I said before, I have been watching over this treasure, waiting for someone worthy to discover it." Lily felt a thrill of excitement at Samuel's words. Could it be that she was the one he had been waiting for all this time? "But why hide the treasure away in this old villa?" Lily asked, her brow furrowing with confusion. Samuel's smile faded slightly as he looked around the room, his eyes clouded with memories. Once, long ago, this villa belonged to a wealthy family, but when they fell on hard times, they were forced to leave everything behind, including their most precious possessions. Lily listened intently as Samuel continued his tale, her heart going out to the family who had lost everything. It was a sad story, but one that filled her with a sense of purpose. "I promised to protect their treasure until the day someone worthy came along to claim it," Samuel said, his voice filled with emotion. "And now, it seems that day has finally arrived." Lily's heart swelled with pride at Samuel's words. Could it be that she was the one worthy of claiming the treasure? She couldn't help but feel a sense of responsibility weighing heavily on her shoulders. Chapter 4. The Celebration. Lily's heart raced with excitement as she and Samuel emerged from the villa, carrying armfuls of treasures. The villagers had gathered in the town square, their faces filled with curiosity and wonder as they watched the two adventurers approach. As Lily and Samuel displayed the treasures for all to see, the villagers gasped in amazement. They couldn't believe their eyes. Glittering jewels, sparkling coins, and ancient artifacts lay before them, like something out of a fairy tale. "What's all this?" one villager exclaimed, his eyes wide with astonishment. "It's the treasure from the abandoned villa," Lily exclaimed, her voice filled with excitement. "Samuel and I discovered it hidden away, and we've decided to share it with the village." The villagers erupted into cheers and applause, their faces lighting up with joy. They couldn't believe their luck, to think that such treasures had been hidden away right under their noses. But as the excitement died down, Lily turned to Samuel with a worried look. "But how will we distribute the treasure?" she asked, her brow furrowed with concern. "There's so much, and we want to make sure it's fair for everyone." Samuel nodded in agreement, his face thoughtful. "We'll need to come up with a plan," he said, his voice serious. "Perhaps we could hold a celebration in the town square, where everyone can come and choose something for themselves." Lily's eyes lit up at the idea. "That's a wonderful idea," she exclaimed, her face breaking into a smile. "We can have music and dancing, and everyone can take turns picking out their favorite treasures." The villagers cheered at the prospect of a celebration, their faces filled with excitement. They couldn't wait to see what treasures awaited them and to share in the joy of the discovery. As the sun began to set, preparations for the celebration began in earnest. Tables were set up in the town square, laden with food and drink, and musicians gathered to play festive tunes. Lily and Samuel worked tirelessly, arranging the treasures on display and making sure everything was ready for the celebration. They couldn't wait to see the smiles on the villagers' faces as they picked out their favorite treasures. As the evening wore on, the villagers began to gather in the town square, their faces filled with anticipation. Lily and Samuel stood at the center of the square, ready to welcome them with open arms. "Welcome, everyone," Lily called out, her voice ringing out across the square. "Tonight, we celebrate the discovery of the treasure hidden within the abandoned villa." The villagers cheered and applauded, their faces shining with excitement. They couldn't wait to see what treasures awaited them and to share in the joy of the discovery. As the music began to play and the villagers danced and laughed, Lily and Samuel watched with delight. They had come a long way since their adventure began, and now they were finally able to share the treasure with those who deserved it most. And as the night wore on and the celebrations continued, Lily couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and satisfaction. She had set out on an adventure to discover hidden treasures, but along the way, she had discovered something even more precious: the true meaning of friendship and community. The language and structure of the story are accessible to learners at the B1 level, providing opportunities for reading comprehension practice without overwhelming complexity. Here are examples illustrating why the story is written at a B1 CEFR level. 1. Vocabulary and language complexity. Vocabulary. The story uses words like abandoned, treasure, curious, adventurer, which are commonly encountered at the B1 level. Sentence structure. Sentences are generally simple and straightforward, such as, "Lily decided to explore the old villa," or "The villagers cheered and applauded." 2. Narrative structure. Linear progression. The story moves from one event to the next in a clear sequence, without complex twists. For example, Lily decides to explore the villa. She finds a key, unlocks the door, meets Samuel, etc. 3. Character development. Simple characters. The characters, like Lily, Samuel, and Max, have clear roles and motivations. Lily is curious and adventurous. Samuel is the guardian of the treasure, and Max is Lily's loyal companion. 4. Dialogue. Clear and direct. The dialogue serves to move the plot forward without using overly complex language. For instance, "Who's there?" Lily called out, her voice trembling slightly. 5. Descriptive language. Clear descriptions. Descriptions of settings and events are straightforward and easy to visualize. For example, the villa was surrounded by a tall, rusty gate that creaked in the wind. Here are 10 words phrases from the story, along with examples and meaning from the story and real life. 1. Abandoned villa. In the story, the abandoned villa serves as the main setting, where Lily and Max embark on their adventure. Meaning: a deserted or uninhabited large house, often with a sense of neglect or decay. Real-life example: a dilapidated mansion in a rural area that has been left vacant for years due to financial difficulties or lack of maintenance. 2. Haunted. In the story, the villagers believe the abandoned villa to be haunted by ghosts, adding to its mysterious aura. Meaning: believed to be inhabited by spirits of the dead, often associated with eerie or unexplained phenomena. Real-life example: a reportedly haunted house where people claim to have experienced paranormal activity or sightings of ghosts. 3. Overgrown. The garden surrounding the abandoned villa is described as overgrown with tall weeds and wildflowers. Meaning: covered with an excessive amount of vegetation, often due to lack of maintenance. Real-life example: a neglected backyard with tall grass, weeds, and bushes growing unchecked. 4. Creaky. The gate leading to the abandoned villa is described as creaky, making a noise when opened. Meaning: making a harsh, high-pitched sound, often due to being old or poorly maintained. Real-life example: a creaky door or floorboard that makes noise when opened or walked upon. 5. Tarnished. Lily finds a small key in the garden, described as tarnished, indicating its dull and discolored appearance due to age or exposure. Meaning: dull or discolored from being exposed to air, moisture, or chemicals. Real-life example: tarnished silverware or jewelry that has lost its shine over time. 6. Musty. Upon entering the abandoned villa, Lily and Max encounter a musty smell, characteristic of dampness and lack of ventilation. Meaning: having a stale, moldy odor often associated with damp or poorly ventilated spaces. Real-life example: a basement or attic with a musty smell due to moisture and lack of airflow. 7. Eerie. The interior of the abandoned villa is described as eerie, creating a sense of unease or fear. Meaning: strange or unsettling in a mysterious or supernatural way. Real-life example: walking through a dark forest at night, feeling an eerie sense of being watched. 8. Imposing. The front door of the abandoned villa is described as tall and imposing, evoking a sense of grandeur and intimidation. Meaning: large and impressive in size or appearance, often with a commanding presence. Real-life example: an imposing skyscraper dominating the city skyline. 9. Apprehension. Lily feels apprehension upon approaching the final door in the abandoned villa, unsure of what awaits on the other side. Meaning: anxiety or fear about something that may happen in the future. Real-life example: feeling apprehensive before a job interview or a medical procedure. 10. Determination. Despite facing obstacles and challenges, Lily and Max show determination in their quest to uncover the secrets of the abandoned villa. Meaning: firmness of purpose or resolve, refusing to give up despite difficulties. Real-life example: a student showing determination to study hard and achieve good grades despite facing academic challenges. From the story, readers can learn: 1. Courage and curiosity. The story emphasizes the importance of being brave and curious. Despite the abandoned villa's haunted reputation, Lily demonstrates courage by venturing inside to explore. This teaches readers the value of facing fears and embracing curiosity to discover new things. 2. Friendship and cooperation. Lily's friendship with her loyal dog Max and her encounter with Samuel highlight the significance of friendship and cooperation. Together, they embark on an adventure, support each other, and ultimately uncover the treasure. This teaches readers the importance of teamwork and helping one another to achieve common goals. 3. Community and sharing. The story culminates in a celebration where Lily and Samuel share the treasure they discovered with the villagers. This emphasizes the importance of community and generosity. It teaches readers the value of sharing, giving back to the community, and spreading joy and happiness with others. The story teaches courage and curiosity through Lily's exploration of the abandoned villa. Friendship and collaboration are showcased as Lily, Max, and Samuel work together to uncover the treasure. Generosity and community spirit are celebrated as they share their discovery with the villagers, highlighting the power of giving back. This story and voiceover have been provided by English Made Easy, Learn Through Stories. Copying or re-uploading are strictly prohibited.